your lawn mowing, but do work. It will give you respect for money. It gives you respect and responsibility. It prepares you for life. I made a case to my parents when I was 20 years old. I'm Pakistani. You know that's suicide, right? I made a case to my parents when I was 20 that I want to get married. But you know what? I had been working 40 hours a week since I was 16 in New York City. I've never worked less than 40 hours a week. That was an easy week for me. And I've been going full-time to college, in high school. I actually took a longer time to graduate out of college because I had work. I never once took money from my parents for college tuition. I refused that. I said, no way. If I can't afford it, I'm not going to college. I'll work on it myself. I worked in shoe stores. I worked in surgical places. I worked in local Queens newspapers. I've done all kinds of crazy jobs. I even worked at a Desi grocery store. Ew. Oh my God. Blech. But I worked there for one day, but I did, and I'm proud of it. I'm not ashamed of it. I worked at a travel agency where my boss was a really mean Bangladeshi fellow. I love Bangladeshis, but he was really mean. He was really I used to call him the travel Nazi. He was really bad. And when I didn't make enough sales that day, he just yelled at me. So one day I just had it. I yelled back at him, and I got fired. And 10 years later, I was giving khutbah in Long Island, and he was in the first row. And I have a beard now. He didn't have a beard back then, and he recognized me too. He's like, and after the Jummah, everybody says, Assalamu alaikum, Nouman, how are you? Make dua for my children. He comes and he shakes my hand. He gives me a hug. He goes, you are still useless. So I was like, right? I was like, I know. But you know why I'm telling you this? I'm telling you this because there's no shame in working. It's part of what makes you who you are. I got married at the age of 22, but I can argue I had a right to. I was on my own for quite some time. I was taking care of my own responsibilities, And if you're doing that, then don't expect the highest things. And my in-laws are crazy. They're just crazy. I got married 6 months after I got laid off. I didn't have a job and I got married. Because they didn't, I know. Okay, intahal waqt. I didn't get married because I had the money. I got married because my in-laws felt that I was good for it. That was it. I could prove myself to them. That's all it was there. So look for that in a son. Look for that in the boys. May Allah Azza wa Jal turn our young men into real men that can carry household responsibilities and really become good husbands to the sisters that are here that are looking to get married. May Allah Azza wa Jal find all of our young singles. May Allah Azza wa Jal help all of them find the appropriate couple, the appropriate spouse that will give them a happy married life. May Allah also help all of the divorced people here get remarried and get remarried quickly, inshallah ta'ala. As I conclude, I have a request. Somebody came up to me and asked, a young man named Ahmed As-Sardari. His number, if you can write it down, is 215-667-9395. He's a young man who's actually on dialysis for a few years, and he's looking for a kidney donor. So if any of you are willing to help him, once again, his number is 215-667-9395. If anybody would like to donate a kidney or know somebody who would like to donate a kidney 21 years or older, please reach out to him, inshallah ta'ala. Barakallahu li wa lakum. Thank you so much for your patience and listening. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.